All right, guys, good morning. Happy June 21st. Happy Wednesday. If you are here, if you are on, if you have the ability to do so, throw your cameras on. Letty, Jordan, Jonathan, iPhone 2, whoever that is, I don't know because I don't see your face, so I can't call on you. I can't get your contributions. I can't see who you actually are. So I'm going to encourage you. I want to push you. I want to implore you just to get involved in today's conversation. JT, Otis, Ricky White, Carmen B, you know who you are, you guys. If you have the ability to throw your camera on, let's get present and let's be here. So you guys, coming to you excited, coming to you super grateful. So quick little personal story. Larissa, our 18-year-old, is getting on a flight right now as we speak and going to Greece for almost 3 weeks. She's going with her class. She's never been that far. She's never been out of the country on her own. I've never been to Greece, and she's going to go on a cruise. She's going to Athens. She's going just on this amazing tour. And I just texted her. I said, this trip is going to change your life. It's going to give you a whole different viewpoint of the world and how we live and culture. And so I'm just super grateful for that this morning, that our daughter is on a plane heading to Greece right now for almost 3 weeks. So super stoked for her. So let's do this. I'm going to turn it over to, who am I going to turn it over to? Colette. Colette, I love you. I appreciate you. I love your background. I'm sorry. I'll come back to Colette. Colette is mid shoe. All right. So should we move on? Colette, go to somebody else. All right. I still don't hear you. We still have nothing.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Hello? Okay. Hello. I want you to take us out on the field. Share your sentiment with the team, bring us out, and then share a personal win and a business win for this week. Let's go. Rapid fire. Colette, let's have you bring us out on the field.
Good morning, beautiful people. Team. It is Wednesday. We are still showing up for real estate. We're still doing it every day, even though it's difficult. Sometimes we get beat up, slapped upside the head, knocked around, everything else. It's like, domestic violence with this business sometimes, but we keep coming back because we love it, right? So my personal win this week, I picked up some buyers. I'm working with 2 sets of buyers. Both of them are ready to rock. One of them's like, we're going to go show property today. So yeah, I'm just staying with it. I encourage you to do the same. Keep your head up. Love you. Bye.
Love it. I love it. We got to work on your mic. I don't know what it is. It's usually super crisp.
Oh, you know what? It was turned all the way down. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's not as clear.
Is that better? Better?
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to put yourself on mute now, though. But yes, Colette, I'm with your message.
Love you. Do it. Love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye. All right, guys, let's dive right in on this conversation for the morning. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit, obviously, about the market, but I also want to talk to you about how you are marketing. We've been spending a lot of time on this, and if you've been coming to any of our sessions lately for our mid-year business planning review, we've been going over your VTO, and if you do not know what the VTO is, you'll see it in your 30-day checklist, or just go in Slack, search VTO, and purchase the book Traction, written by Gino Wickman. This is a book that will change the whole trajectory of your business and give you a whole idea of how to look at your business 3 years, 5 years, 10 years out, because we're not working for the person of today, we're working for the person of tomorrow. And so let me share some thoughts with you, and I want to share some sentiments with you. Before we get to that, I want to really ask you guys right now, and here's my question for you guys. Right now, the agent role over the last couple of years has really been redefined in the way that we approach this business. And I wrote some notes here. If the role of an agent has really transformed into the role of a marketer, right? I believe that the best people in this business are the best marketers. And you hear me say that time and time again. So what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about what your clear delineation is and what makes your business different from any other person out there. And we're going to dive into this in a moment. But I want you guys to think about this. I want you guys to ask yourself right now, what is your marketing plan? Do you have a marketing plan, or are you just kind of going out there on tap into this a little bit, or tap into this a little bit? I'll go and show homes over here. I'm just going to go knock on some random doors over here. I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm a master of none because, I'll do investments. I'll take a lease, or I'll do, 250, I'll do $1 million. Like, is there any purpose to your marketing right now. For some of you on this call, I could look around and I know that there's a purpose in your marketing. So what I want you to do is first and foremost, ask yourself, what is your marketing plan today? And if you do have one, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to share that with you. The reason why I'm having this conversation is I was super inspired yesterday. I had a coaching session with Jennifer Angel. I'm not too sure if she's on the call. If she's on the call. I'm just giving you some kudos. We went through her VTO, and instead of just having it written here, now she had this thing completely filled out. She had a spreadsheet with her 10-year target on there, how much money she's going to be making in 3 years, the impact she's going to have in the community, the things that she's going to do, all of this like literally written out as a full essay. And I was just completely amazed how much thought she put into her VTO. Now, Jennifer, if you're on the call, shout out to you. Thanks. Christy, if you can mute yourself, please. I'm getting some background noise. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to think about two things this morning. First off, who am I marketing to? What is my marketing target list? When you think about the VTO, we're not going to spend time doing this whole entire thing. That's a 4-hour session. But I do want to take a segment out of this, and I want to have this conversation with you really quick. Who is your marketing list? Who is your target list? Who are you going after with your approach? And let me share some thoughts with you guys. So you might have a target list and I'll give you guys some ideas because I want to start obviously I want to be a moderator of thought. Maybe your target marketing list is high-rise condos in San Francisco in District 9. The reason I say that is because of the former brokers that we were with, Climb Real Estate, built their whole entire brokerage based on sales of District 9. At that time, and the peak of that empire, they sold over 60% of all the condos that were sold in District 9 were sold by Climb Real Estate. And so think about it this way. Perhaps you're the relocation specialist for veterans stationed in Fairfield and Solano County. Well, wow, I don't know if that really even exists right now. Now I know how many people are stationed there that need a little bit of help. What happens with the veterans? I'm the VA specialist. When it comes to any type of veteran loans, I'm the person to go to, and this is how I'll help you understand how to clear Section 1, how to make sure that we write a strong, whatever that looks like for you. But stay with me. Perhaps you are the Tri-Valley specialist. You know of all the schools, the ratings, the parks, the events, the music, the city council, everything that's happening in the Tri-Valley. So when you're creating content, when you're creating your marketing, when you're sending out your newsletter, everything is centered around your target marketing list. So stay with me, guys. I want to really have you think about this. Perhaps you are the specialist for single-family homes that are in close proximity to the freeway in the 880 corridor. Maybe that's your specialty. Perhaps you are the Hayward specialist. Perhaps you are the new development king, the new development queen for said area, right? You know all the new developments, when they're released, how they're released, what the lots are, what the lot sizes are, what the cost is, all those things. So when you think about your marketing, instead of having this plan that is very, very broad, now you bring it down into something that could be a target list that you can focus on. You could put your focus into this and make sure that, okay, all my correspondence, my videos, the things that I'm doing, I specialize in homes that are priced between $500,000 and $750,000. Now, are you going to take a $1.5 million home? 100%. Are you going to sell a home that's $450,000? 100%. But that's your target. That's where you're spending your time. That's where you're putting your effort and your energy. So what I want you guys to do right now, mid-years, I really want you to get fine-tuned with your marketing target list. And it's in the marketing strategy section here. If you want to come back to it in the VTO, once again, you can find that in Slack. Now, in that section, you're going to see a section that says the 3 uniques. And I think oftentimes this is probably one of the hardest things for us to do is like to figure out what our 3 uniques are. But I want you to ask yourself right now, if you were standing next to 10 realtors and you have 10 consumers, and each consumer says, all right, we're going to go around the room right now, and we're going to ask each of you, what are your unique, what makes your business unique, and why are you different from all the other 9 people that are next to you? We're going to go. Shanice, you go. Safal, you go. Rico, you go. Skylar, you go. Felisa, you go. Law, you go. Can you truly, articulate what makes you different than every other sea of realtor out there? What makes you different? And if you don't know that answer right now, you're going to be up against the wall. You're going to have a challenge. You're going to have a challenge for somebody that is able to articulate that at the very highest level. So I want you to think about that. Do you know what makes your business different right now? And I'll give you an example. If you're working with a seller, if you're working with a consumer, here's some thoughts for you. And I just wrote this down this morning. Here's what makes us, here's what makes me different. We provide a menu of options for our sellers. Well, what does that mean? We understand the rents in the area. We understand where investment opportunities are. We're going to come back to that conversation. And we understand how to help you leverage the equity in your home if you choose not to sell. Well, shit, that's pretty unique. We represent celebrity status. Well, what does that mean? As a team, we have over 200,000 followers, people from all walks of life. There is no other team that creates more social media content than our team, Team Fast, and we are recognized as the #1 team in all of Northern California and the top 20, number 20 team in the entire United States of America. That is celebrity status. So what we do is we market based on our celebrity status. How does that impact you? It impacts you because more people are going to see your home on all kinds of different platforms because we have created celebrity status with our company. That's number 2, my unique, what makes me different. Number 3, we're relationship rich, Mr. Consumer. Well, what does that mean? What we've done is we've leveraged the relationships that we've built in this community to make sure that when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to finding out transparent information about the other side or what people are actually looking for in an offer, or when we submit an offer, we rely on being able to be relationship rich because we've built such great relationships in the real estate community. So when you ask me what separates me from every other person that's standing up here on this panel, those are the 3 things that separate you. Let me pass the mic to this guy, right? Like I literally want you guys to feel like, wow, I could stand in a room in front of 10 consumers right now. And this person will say, well, I'm honest, I have integrity, I'm on time, so on and so forth. Well, can't Elise be on time and have integrity and be honest? What separates you from her? Right? So I want you guys to be clear on your marketing, how you're approaching that. What are your uniques? What separates you? And then lastly, what is your proven process? What do you do right now that is different? And when you think about your proven process, if you've taken one consumer from lead to close transaction, you have a proven process because the end result was getting them into a home or selling their property. So you have to be clear on that. And be able to share with the consumer, hey, Judith, I want to send over my proven process and how I've helped X amount of people get into contract and how I negotiate, or my prep to sell proven process that I've helped many consumers with, or our company's proven process, how we helped over 1,000 families purchase and sell homes in the Bay Area just last year alone. Well, shit, I want to know that. So what I want you guys to do is really be clear on what your marketing list is, what your marketing plan is, and then also what separates you from every other realtor out there. Can they compete with your energy? Can they compete with your style? Can they compete with the relationship rich, your celebrity status, the way that you leverage those relationships within our community? Are you able to articulate that? Because if you're not, somebody else can. And you already know that there's people out there that do a really, really good job at that. And if you're thinking about this now and you don't have a clear answer, cool. Write this out. We're at mid-year. You guys. So I want you to be very, very clear. Before I shift gears, before I start opening it up to you guys, any thoughts, any ideas, any insight, any dialogue on this conversation? Also, do you have a clearly defined marketing plan, marketing approach, marketing list that you are focused on right now that is proving to be successful right now in the marketplace? Does anybody want to share? All right, Joellen, I'm going to ask you if you're going to contribute to throw your camera on, please. And I want specifics. Tell me exactly what you are doing. And Otis, if you're going to contribute, I'm just going to have you sit up, big dog. I need your energy. I need you here. I need you present. That's all I'm going to ask for you, Otis, but thank you. Let's go, Joellen, doing her hair, doing her makeup. Let's go.
Okay, so I have a pretty cool thing going on. So my niche is senior sellers. I have found that I'm getting leads off of Nextdoor because those are where my sellers are. I come in the day of the day that we get the listing signed. After I go over my plan with them with hosting a 3-day estate sale, bringing in movers to help them relocate, declutter, and pack. Then I get the listing sign, and then that next day I come over with a box full of goodies, little post-it notes, highlighters of things that we're gonna keep, donate, and sell. We do that for 3 days. Then I'll bring in a packer to come in and help them pack up everything in the house and declutter and let go of all the stuff that didn't sell. And then at the end, we'll bring in movers and have them move. But throughout the process, I'm constantly communicating. I'm planning and organizing all of the daily things that are going to take place. And then I pop by with a pie or cookies for the packers. So every, step of what we're doing, I'm popping by, checking on it, and bringing in goodies. At the same time, we're going over just seller disclosures. We're talking about what's next, getting their input. And then
and let me pause you for a quick second, Joellen, because a lot of us know your approach right now that you're using on Nextdoor, and I think that this is something that everybody should start doing. But let me ask you this. If you were to clearly define what makes you unique, what separates you, and you had to just bottle it up in a very quick message to a consumer, what are 3 things that make you unique and make you different from anybody on this call right now?
I'm going to be there the entire process and hold their hand. That's one thing. So I've been told that realtors aren't doing what I'm doing in this area. I'm going to bring in vetted vendors so they don't have to get on the phone and try to schedule all these appointments. I'm going to make sure that the vendors get there and do the work that they need to do. So I'm a project manager, and those are the unique things that I'm doing.
Wow. Okay, cool. So I'm clear on this, like project management from start to finish. You said something that really stood out to me. One of her uniques is vetted vendors, right? She's not just going to say, hey, here, go and get these people. She's actually going to vet them. She's going to make sure that these are the best people for the job and that they're going to complete the job on time to make sure that they're going to sell their house based on the time frame that you set for them. That's a clear, unique. Anything else right now about your marketing plan that truly is working for you that stands out?
Also, just talk about the digital marketing, the videos that we're doing, the Facebook, the social media. I showed them the data on the views I get when I put an ad in Facebook. Today, we're going to do a lifestyle video at my new coming soon listing. My sellers are going to get involved and play a little bocce ball on their property. So that, I think, is going to help me with future sellers that are seniors, because they can see that these are the people that I hang out with, right? These are my people.
Nice. I love this. So you guys remember what I said in these 3 uniques, and you guys should all be thinking about this. I said celebrity status. And what does that mean? She leverages her social media, the social media of the team, which we have over 500,000 followers now based on how large our team is. We leverage that to make sure there's thousands and thousands of eyes on your property and know exactly what's going on. That is celebrity status and marketing to celebrity status. Not every real estate company out there has what you guys have. And even if you only have 500 followers, guess what? Your homies on this team have thousands and thousands of followers that you can use in your messaging to articulate this celebrity status. So Joellen, love what you're doing. And I love the clear delineation. I'm going to go to O-Dog. O-Dog, if you can get participated in this conversation.
Yes, sir. You were talking about marketing, taking the chance to go ahead and do that marketing myself. A lot of people spend a lot of time doing it on social media, and you only get those followers. So I'm going back to old school grassroots, feet to the ground. A lot of people like to door knock. Instead of door knocking, I'm going to businesses, whether it be a food restaurant that I like, that I know a lot of my consumers might go to, or i.e. going to over the 2,058 cannabis clubs that are just in Oakland, San Francisco, and Hayward, and all throughout Solano County, to hit those markets, to get flyers, to get them out there, because the more people see me wherever it's at, it's just going to build my brand. Also with the podcast doing really well, spending some marketing dollars in there. And then the summertime when the Giants campaign come in. So just 30, 60, 90, the work that I put in 30, 60, 90 days prior to this is going to come proceed. So just doing that.
So let me ask you, Otis, if you're sitting in front of 10 consumers right now and you're up against 9 other realtors and they come to you and say, okay, tell me the 3 things that make you different from every other person up here on this panel, what would that be?
The 3 things that make me different from any other realtor is that I don't do the necessity of the norm. I do outside the box stuff. So you won't see me doing so much stuff as regular realtors are. The fact that I'm I deal with people from all sorts that I've lived over the Bay Area, and the fact that I would leverage the team, and the fact that I have over 500 brothers and sisters that's willing to go to war with me, and like you mentioned, having the flex of bringing all those consumers with their following and stuff like that. So just leveraging myself and the people around me, I think that's going to be what's going to separate me, because like you say, you are who you are with around. So just that.
I love this. I love this. I'm sure by now you guys are you should be really thinking about this and say, dang, do I even have a marketing target list, right? Do I have things that clearly separate me from every other person out there? Like, I'll give you an example. If I'm just thinking about this, and I'm going to, look at Shanice right now, the Ray K Realtor. Not only is she, obviously an expert in her field, but she is making sure that she's channeling positive energy throughout this entire transaction. Right? Well, not everyone connects with that, but I promise you the people that connect with that truly connect with it. Now she gets to do business with the people that are on her same vibration. That's important, you guys. So now what she does is she builds a brand, she builds a marketing target list. Now she's attracting the people that she truly wants to and should be working with based on who she is and how she's marketing herself. So think about that. If you are into architecture, if you understand architecture at the highest level, I told Colin this, his father was a renowned architect in Berkeley. Leverage all the expertise that he has in that field and start building that around his marketing target list. So I want you guys to do some homework. And this is something you're going to do on your own. Feel free to share it with me. And thank you for all the people that have sent me your VTO. I appreciate that. And I want to be a part of that journey. Go into your target marketing list. Be able to write out what your 3 uniques are and what separates you. I want you to be able to say that, speak that. It's on your social, it's in your print, it's in your emails, it's on LinkedIn, it's on Facebook. Every single thing that you're doing has congruency. Now you are known as the senior specialist. Now you are known as the Bay Area architect specialist, right? I want you guys to be able to have something that you truly separate yourself in what's called the Blue Ocean Strategy. If you don't have this book, I've said it time and time again, get this book. So we're going to continue this conversation. I'm going to give you guys some thoughts in some areas where you guys can do this right now to go and find some opportunities, and I'll help you build on this. So I'm going to share my screen right now. What I want you to go back to is I want you guys to go back to this home equity report. Now, you guys can find the home equity report. Roma or Judith, if you can, please put the most current home equity report in the chat down below. The home equity report is a great opportunity for you to market to something that will help a consumer. And here's why I thought about this today. You guys, I don't know if you saw this article, but this article was based on a survey that was done that 40% of people have vacation homes. Where can you find ones on a budget? Now, obviously, California is going to be a little bit more challenging, but it lists a few of the places that people are buying income properties and buying vacation homes. Now, the reason why this is super important is we want to make sure that when we're having these conversations with a consumer, it says current home value, right? We could run a CMA, we know that. We'll get to current rents in your area, mortgage rates, that's easy. And then where are the investment opportunities? What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go back into this and be like, damn, did I actually use this? Have I used this? Am I leveraging this to get myself in front of more sellers? More of my sphere of influence that own homes that may need to have this conversation with me. And I want you guys to start diving into this information. What I did is I pulled up Rent-A-Meter. People were asking me the other day, well, how do I get the current rents in your area? All you have to do is go to Rent-A-Meter, you put in a zip code, you put in a bedroom, bath count, you put in the building type. I only went 12 months max, and it'll give you an average of what rents are in that area. So that way, when you have this conversation with the consumer, you actually can have an intelligent conversation because you're pulling the data, you understand what's happening, and then that way you can help them. And if they are looking at investment opportunities, start researching as you're making these calls, like where could people go? Where are people going? Why are so many people going to Texas, Florida? Why are people buying houses in Nashville on the water? Like wherever, you guys. The idea is if you want a campaign right now to start to market to, you guys, this is one of the best campaigns that we have built for you if it is used effectively. I pulled this report from Zillow. You guys can look in this. I'll make sure to drop this in the chat, but just a little bit of research for you guys. Make sure that you guys are using this. Rent a meter. Also, go to the newest home report on the weather report on bayeast.org. This is going to give you the most up-to-date information about what's happening in our local market. But the thought is, the idea is, I want to leave you guys with something tangible. Every single time we do these sessions, you can go out and straight market to people. All the people that we know, all the homeowners that have never done business with us that are in our sphere, we should be using this, we should be leveraging this, and we should be studying at the highest level. So, wanted to talk. Yes, son. Yes, ask mom to put it on for you. Okay. I know. So, hopefully you guys have got your gears rolling, and thank you for putting that there. Hopefully you guys have got some thoughts going and saying, you know what, I don't really have a marketing plan. I kind of go about it and I just try different things and I don't really have a list. But imagine if you were that person that knew every single new development in the city of Hayward, and that your content, your news, your newsletter, everything that you're doing is coinciding with that, and you have a clear message. So every single time a consumer sees you, they know that, wow, this person is truly that expert. So that's where I want to start the conversation at. It's a lot to unpack, but it gives you an idea of where we're going, what to see, what to look for, and also ways to market yourself based on the home equity report. Colette, let's hear from you.
All right. So can you hear me okay now?
I can.
Good. Okay. I struggle with this one. I'm doing some great stuff. I've got a magazine going out to past clients and my sphere. I've got some Facebook ads running. I'm doing the stuff to catch the fish and keep them engaged. But as the Oakland guru, damn, it's a big thing to kind of fill. And so I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been really trying to get a lot more focused with my videos and my marketing, my social media marketing. I'm trying to inform buyers, sellers, and homeowners. Like I want you to know how do you plant a freaking tree? Where do you plant it? You know, what kind of tree you're gonna get? You know, those types of things, or how do you change the P-trap or whatever. I mean, I'm trying to be different. That's my unique difference, I think. And it's like an echo chamber with realtors talking about the same shit until I want to poke my own eyes out. Okay. So I'm really trying to give value, something that's useful, something that you either will need or you need as a homeowner or whatever. So how do I hone that into, I'm trying to be just those three things, buyers, but it's mostly buyers, but buyers, sellers, and homeowners.
So I really like this, and I'm sure that we all challenge with this. I want you to get into the habit of saying you, meaning if you are planting a tree in Oakland, you need to watch this video. I want the video to seem like it's literally going to one person. This is not going out to the masses, even though it is. I want the video to be for you. And this is me saying, hey, Judith, if you're watching this video, make sure to save this, like this, share this with a friend. If you are a homeowner in Berkeley and you're thinking about doing ABC, you're going to want to watch this video. If you are a homeowner in the Sacramento area, this video is for you. Literally talk to people like you were talking to one person on social media, one person. And then I want you to leverage, ask yourself, if you're creating a video about Arbor Day, if you're creating a video about planting trees, who are the people that you can tag in that video that are going to share that video with even more people, right? Like, who are the city builders, the council people, the people that are, the Arbor Festival celebration? Who are all those people? Like, research that list. And as soon as you create that video, each one of those people should be tagged. So now you're leveraging not only your audience, you're leveraging the algorithm, but you're leveraging other people's audiences. Other people's audiences is now going to get you pushed out to thousands and thousands of more people. Those are two things that I would recommend that you do. You speak to one person, and then you leverage the access of everyone else's social media to get more eyes on your stuff. That's what I would recommend. And then when it comes to the guru, hey guys, here's 5 things that you did not know about Oakland, coming to you live and direct from the Oakland Guru. Like the food things that you do, those things hit. Those food things are really, really good. But like, what are some things that we don't know about, like the development of the city? How was Oakland founded? Why was Oakland founded? Like, who are the early people that moved to the city? How was the city built? How was the city funded? Where does all that come from? Economic impact of Oakland over the next 5 years. What are the companies that are moving here? What is the impact of those companies moving here? What is the economic development? What's happening at the Brooklyn Basin? When is that project going to be done? Where are the new developments that are happening? Where's the new station houses? What's happening with the freeway? Like all these different things, that is guru stuff. And I'm just freestyling. So when you talk to somebody, talk directly to them. But when I think guru, I think this larger than life energy and like so much depth of your content. And so I think that you're onto something special. I've told you that since day one. Harness that, focus that, speak to one person, and then leverage the shit out of everyone, right? Like if you're talking history, there's people on this call right now like Colin, who is a history junkie, right? There's people like Patrick that know more about Eichlers than anybody that I've ever known. Start leaning into that. But good stuff, Colette. Tia, you had your hand up, and we're going to get into a market conversation in just a moment, but I wanted to do something a little bit different this morning. Tia, let's hear from you.
Yeah, so I came across this thing yesterday. It's on NAR RPR. Let me share. I'm on my phone, but I have my laptop up here. So it's something that we do get through EXP for free. How do I? Here. So this one is, I pulled up Oakland, and it tells you all the data here on the bottom, average days on market, inventory, median sold price. And this is something that they just implemented. It's create a script. And then you can put here whether you want to do buyers or sellers, what is your tone of voice that you want to have. And then you can go like create a social media campaign. And it creates you automatically. It's they use ChatGPT, and they create you a script for that specific market, for that specific audience that you want to have, you want to target to. And it gives you 5 different options that you can.
So read me the first paragraph of this. Was it for buyers or sellers that you chose?
So I put professional tone, buyers and sellers. And the first one is attention Oakland buyers and sellers. As a realtor with eXp Realty, I'm excited to share that the market trends in May 23 shows a 1.45 month supply of inventory with this plus 6.62% increase over the last 12 months. This means that still competitive.
Yeah, let me just pause you there for a second. This is really good stuff, because I'm not thinking that she's going to create a video saying all that, because I'm already lost in the first, couple lines. But what she can say is like, here's some bullet points. Here's how I paraphrase this. Here's how I preface this. So I think this is great. Tia, it's because it's really hard to see your screen. If you can, just go ahead and throw that link down below. That way everyone can cross-reference that, and then we can go to that later.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I love it. Really, really good stuff. All right, let's talk a little bit about the market. Rico, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to Maria. Those are 2 people that are out in the Sacramento area. And then I'm going to go to Felisa, and I'm going to go to Chris Edwards. And so you guys are here. Felisa, I know you're doing your hair. It looks good, by the way, so far. So Rico, I'm a buyer. I'm looking for homes between the $500,000 and $600,000 or $500,000 and $700,000 range. in Sacramento? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are the nuances? What am I up against if I'm in the market right now to buy a home? Talk to me about the market.
For sure. Well, right now we are dealing with a limited amount of inventory. So that does mean if we do find a home that does fit, my terms and my communication with the listing agent has to be on point so we can move things forward. Also, we have to be mindful of, we want to have 100% of our criteria in our home, but we also have to be mindful that sometimes if we get hit 60 to 80% and you're in a neighborhood that you love, would that be something that you would be open to considering? So just being able to adapt in this market, I've just noticed is a really important thing. Also with some of the investors I'm working with, they're looking for, kind of a certain kind of investment, but I've been kind of pivoting to, would you be maybe open to looking at a multifamily home if you could get the same return? So yeah.
Rico, for you, my man, when you think about sources and how are you staying up to date on everything that's going on in the market, there's a lot of shit out there. We know that. Like, where's your go-to every single day? How are you staying up to speed?
I use the Slack channel a lot. So I go into just the market updates. That's very helpful. I checked out Redfin, the Redfin blog, Zillow blog. Ryan Lindquist as well. He's a really good appraiser in the area who has like a bi-weekly blog that he just keeps people up to date on the market. So yeah.
Love it, Rico. Love it. Let's go to Maria. Maria, the realtor on a mission. Obviously you've been in this game for a while, so kind of give us a brief update. If we have sellers or buyers that are looking in Sacramento, kind of give me the state of the market update from you.
Okay, so for the Sacramento County area, I mean, the average price for homes in this area are in the mid fives. So definitely, if you're looking in the $500,000 to $700,000 range, just be prepared for competition. On the average, we're looking at maybe 7 days on the market. So as soon as the house hits the market, it's gone. So you have no time to waste. And you have to be prepared. So by being prepared, what I'm talking about is you already have a lender run you through underwriting. You already have everything set and ready to go because there's no time to sleep in this market. The number of months for inventory, overall, it's like 1.1 months, meaning if we put nothing else on the market, it'll just take us almost a month to sell everything. So in the range though, between 4 and 5, I believe it's like 0.8. So very limited inventory. So as a buyer, again, come prepared, be ready for multiple offers, and make sure that when I write your offer, I'm going to write it very aggressively because there are no second chances. There are no, let's offer this and hope that the seller counter offers. I'm telling you right now, there are no counter offers. And if there are, you already lost.
You don't play, you don't play, right? Write an offer as if you don't get a second chance. And I absolutely love the conviction, the knowledge, and the way that you just take charge of the conversation without feeling like I'm getting bullied, right? I just feel like, wow, like Maria actually knows her stuff. And like, okay, she made a lot of sense in what she said. And it's really like, I'm just like, I'm compelled by the way that you say the words that you say. And that's going to carry over, and it does. And it's obviously proven to be effective in your business, and it shows how much you're actually applying and then articulating. So really good job, Maria, and really good job, Rico. Let's go over to, I think I said Chris Edwards. Chris Edwards, let's get a vantage point from your height, big dog. What is going on? Give us an update. San Francisco market, Bay Area market. What are you seeing? What are the nuances? Give me a quick market update. Go.
What I'm seeing in the market is that, so let's say about 2 months ago, before the interest rates skyrocketed, the market, the houses were sitting maybe 10 to 14 days. Now I'm seeing things over 30 days. So the prices are dropping, but at the same time, when these prices drop, you're going to bid. So they're going to get somewhere in the market that they wanted. And right now I have a client who was able to be, they were pre-approved for 1.5, and once those interest rates dropped and they didn't lock it in, they went down to 1.35. So I'm dealing a lot with that. And I also have a client who is an investor, and they're trying to lowball every deal. And it's like, yo, you have to at least come at listing price or a little bit better, or you won't get beat out. So it's it's challenging. Yes, prices are dropping, but it's still highly competitive because of the low prices. So basically,
Wow.
and yesterday, I was in a totally different neighborhood than what I usually do. I'm over. If you're familiar with San Francisco, I pretty much start from the Mission District to like Glen Park all the way to the beach. Yesterday, I was in North Beach and the Presidio, and that's a totally different game. So going back to the marketing on what I wanted to do, I know that's off the topic, but it's like it's kind of San Francisco is a hard market to focus on Black wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because the prices are so ridiculous. So this is what's going on in the city. It's just ridiculous, honestly.
Wow. All right. So I like the way you're thinking. So when you think about your marketing and your target list, like what does that look like? Or are you just thinking about it now? Or like, do you have a clear path of what that actually is for you, that marketing and that target list?
Well, I knew I wanted to do Black wealth, right? So I was basically focused on my people. But at the same time, like I said, I'm in San Francisco, and it's like, how much business am I going to get when I'm seeing houses that's over 5 million? It just doesn't make sense unless you are a high earner in the tech industry or something like that. So for our people, I kind of want to focus, probably pushing them to the East Bay because you're going to get more for your money. But as long as you own, that's all that matters. So if we could get you into one of these foreclosures in the city, and then and boost your equity, you know what I mean? It's a win-win. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just being honest.
No, and I appreciate the thought behind it, man, because like I tell you, if you come to group coaching, this is supposed to provoke thought. And sometimes the way that we're thinking is not serving us. And now we need to just take it from here and say, okay, now I have a target, right? A target is something that I'm aiming for. It's something that is clear versus trying all these different things and I'm not getting the results that I want. Let's just target our focus. So I appreciate you thinking about this, Chris. Felisa, let's hear from you. So you are in the heart of the Bay. What are you seeing with the consumers that you're shopping with? Felisa, take yourself off of mute and let's hear from you. Give us a quick market update on from what you're seeing.
From the clients that I've been talking to, they've all been very fearful. Yes, the APR is high, but what I am coming back with them is letting them understand APR rates, they change. And depending on when we actually get into contract, that's when your APR will be locked in, as well as you have the option to refinance later. Plus also the advantage of going in now is there's less competition. So
but is there less competition? Because what we're hearing and what we're seeing is we're seeing multiple offers on homes all throughout the Bay Area. And if there's a price range that you specialize in, what price range do you specialize in?
I'd say around 500 to 600.
So that 500 to 600, I know for a fact there's going to be competition. So we want to make sure if we're telling a consumer it's not going to be that competitive, what are they thinking? Well, they're thinking that I can make a low ball offer because you said it's not competitive. So then what happens when you go up against a house that has 10 offers and now you are having to coach them to go $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 over asking price. So from the start, there should be that conversation of based on what's happening in the market right now, we have seen an increase in obviously competition over the last couple of months. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to have to write a strong offer, and we're going to have to really evaluate our terms when it comes down to presenting our offer. So I mean, making sure like you're setting clear expectations, because between that price range and what cities are you focused in right now, Felisa?
Hayward, Union City, and San Leandro.
Yeah, I would run some comps over the last 30 days and I would add the field of show how many offers. I promise you, you're seeing multiple offers right now. And so if somebody wants to wait and say, I want to wait until a couple months to see interest rates come down, how do we combat that?
They're going to be waiting a while. And
Okay.
yeah, you've seen social media. They talked about, back in the day when the interest rates was at a 2 or a 3, and it's like it is going to be at a standstill where it is now, but you have the opportunity to get the house that you want to stay in and to live in, or if you want to invest, versus having to wait and having to lose that opportunity.
Okay. All right, cool. So that messaging, just really get tight on that, what that messaging is for a consumer, because right now what we're not seeing as much of anymore Have you seen the 2-1 buy down video in the last 30 days? I don't think I have. Like, I remember when our social media was blowing up and I'm like, please, somebody never create that video again. But now we have a reality. The reality are the interest rates that are the interest rates. So it's our job to continuously find people that are serious and motivated to buy or sell homes now. We're not trying to convince anybody that, oh, you should. Hey, listen, I'm here to support you, but I have to go out there and find the people that are super, super happy about buying a house right now. And there's tons of those people out there. That's why that recycling of our new leads coming into our pipeline is super important. Because if I was shopping 3 months ago, I might have a different sentiment. But if I just got my pre-approval last week, I am stoked. I got 6.75, 7%. But hey, we're going to be homeowners. That's just our reality, right? And so that's why constantly finding those new people and those new opportunities is of the utmost importance to us. So Felisa, love what you're doing, love it, respect it. Let's go to one other person, but as we go through this, I want you guys to go back to our original conversation, sit there and write out what your marketing plan is. Write out your marketing target list. I want to become the River Island Stanford Crossing specialist. I want to be known as the person that knows all the inventory, all the homes for sale, all the parks, all the events, where the music is, when are the fireworks happening in the park, every single thing that is real estate related or in our community related in Lathrop, I'm your go-to person. That's how I market myself. So every single thing that I do, when I'm in the grocery store, when I'm at the parks, when I'm at Silas's games, I am known as the River Islands expert. What do you do? Oh, I'm the River Islands expert. Well, what is that? Everything that has to do about real estate, the market, the economy. I am your go-to person for everything. I'm the guru of Lathrop. I like that approach a lot for you guys. And now you can apply that to wherever you are. George Martinez, you had your hand up, and then we'll go back to Joel and then we'll start coming full circle in the combo.
Yeah, so kind of going back into what you're saying, like kind of what I'm seeing in the market is that, so at first last year when I first joined the team, I kind of mostly focused on Hayward, even though that's where I specialize in. However, being on the team, I feel like it's helped me learn from so many different team members across different cities. So I kind of have been going all over, and I've been doing brokers tours in a bunch of different cities. And so I've been basically sharing with all of my buyers, and I actually have like about 8 to 10 fully active buyers right now. And so the way I've been maneuvering my conversation with them is letting them know, like, you know what, fuck the interest rate. That doesn't even matter. I get it. You want your monthly payment. But what I'm doing in my buyer consultation is I'm asking them, what is your goal before we jump in this? Like, most people are thinking like kind of high school, going to college. We're trained to like kind of just doing the movements because that's what we think we're supposed to do. But what is your goal in buying a house? And then so I asked them that first. And then instead of asking them, what's your criteria? Now instead I say, what are your non-negotiables? So what does your house have to have? And what can you not live without? And then when we're out house shopping now and they're kind of getting nitpicky because inventory is low, and let's just say all my people in the 500s, they're over here thinking they're about to get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with a loft upstairs. And that's pretty hard to find right now with the inventory. But I'm telling them like, hey, let's be realistic. Like right now, if you're waiting for interest rates to drop, everybody else is. They're kind of like the bull at the horse race, like waiting for the gate, scratching their feet. So you don't want to pay above $4,000 a month. Well, guess what? When all those people come back, you're going to be paying more because you're going to be paying hundreds of thousands or even tons of thousands over the asking price. So you told me in our buyer consult, the goal is to get into a house. With inventory where it's at now and your budget doesn't dictate your neighborhood. So, or it doesn't like allow you to be choosy on your neighborhood. So right now you can't be picky. It's now or never. And are you going to say, oh, in 5 years, oh, I should have bought 5 years ago? Well, 5 years is now. So it's now or never. Otherwise, you're going to keep paying someone's rent. Your rent's going to keep going up for carpet that is 6 years old. And your house, you could have just paused your rent and refied when everybody else is at the rat races. So that's the conversation I've been having with people. And it's actually motivated them a lot more to keep going.
It's smart. And I think it's super important to know other markets. And obviously you guys are traveling all throughout the Bay. I just put in a couple cities that where the client started and where the client ended up buying a home in. So Oakland to Oakley. All they want to do was live in a little 2-bedroom, cute little cottage style house in Oakland, and ended up buying a house out in Oakley with a pool. Within a year, they had over $100,000 in positive equity, and they were 23 and 24. I've told you this story before. Oakland to Marin County. These people shopped 71 homes and finally found a home up in Marin County that finally was something that they liked. From San Leandro to Manteca. So drop down below where your consumers started and where they ended up. And that's why it's important that you guys are talking to them about other opportunities. And if the goal is ultimately to become a homeowner, to build wealth for them and their families, well, if that wealth is important for them, then maybe they'll be okay with the 45-minute commute to make sure that their family has wealth and has equity. So drop yours down below where your clients started and where they ended in their search. Look at this, San Jose to Lathrop, right? When you think about who's moved out here to Lathrop, those are people from Fremont, Hayward, Newark, and that's where the bulk of the population that lives here are coming from. San Francisco to Dixon, Alameda to Sacramento, San Francisco to Sacramento, Oakland to Vallejo, Union City to River Islands. So this is why that's important to take them through that journey early on, to let them know what their options are, what the house size is, what's the square footage, and what are the possibilities outside of where they are thinking. Joellen, and then we'll close with you, Colin.
Looking at it from a seller's point of view, not wanting to move because the interest rates are high and they have a really low rate. Well, if you can talk to people about the new build incentives and try to get them out of their old home and into their new home. And if they're over 55, they can take advantage of Prop 19, which is going to save them a lot of money. Have a CPA that you can recommend that could do the numbers. And what I recently did the other day was, because I've been touring the senior active adult 55 and older communities recently, and I wrote something on Nextdoor. I took that video that I created, that beautiful community, posted on Nextdoor. I said, has anybody toured the new community over here, the Toll Brothers? I said, I'm taking tours the end of June and the second week in July. Let me know if you want to get on my list. I got 5 people that DM'd me that want to jump in my car and go tour the community. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign all their names up on that list, and I'm driving them there.
And you're renting a Sprinter van and you're putting them all in.
Yeah,
and here we go.
So, and I'm going to bring new inventory into the community. They're going to save money and they're going to be able to transfer their property tax to over there. I mean, you just got to really kind of, figure out what you want to do, because once you get an idea and it makes sense, just go after it.
Yeah, I love this. You guys check this out. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should not sell your house right now. What? Wait, hold on a second. And then you include the article that we just showed you here that states why people are buying, investment properties in these different cities, list out a couple of those great opportunities, share with them how you can help them leverage it. Or like Joanne was saying, depending on their price or their age, they might be able to take advantage of tax deferment. Like, be able to be creative with people, right? It might not be in their best interest to sell their home right now, but can they take some of that equity out and leverage it and go buy a Airbnb? Heck yeah. But are you even giving them that option? Are you researching? Are you being able to speak about that and articulate that? Are you able to understand what rents are in that specific area when you're making those calls to those sellers? So being able to have like a variety of ways to have these conversations with sellers, it's going to be an advantage for you. Colin Elbasani, rapid fire, big dog. We have 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. So let's hear from you.
Yeah, just to dovetail on what Jorge was saying, which I second, about how first-time home buyers are not going to start off with their dream home. And in this environment, they're lucky if they get a home, quite frankly. A lot of them are nonplussed when they see what their money initially gets them for their first home. And one thing that Saud, you remember Saud, used to tell me to tell first-time home buyers when they're a little bit disappointed, is to remind them that their first home is more than likely not going to be their last. It's the cornerstone of the wealth that they're building. So when you put that into perspective, for me, it's always kind of gotten them over that hump of being a little bit disappointed about what their money gets them and, how they have to compromise. So reminding them that their first home is not their last seems to go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I appreciate that sentiment. So you guys, I just put a couple links in here as promised. So you have the finance report from yahoo.com, you have the Zillow current market update, and then you have the rent a meter where you can go in and start checking these things. So use that to your advantage when you're having these conversations. Like I said, you guys, group coaching is all about being a provoker of thought and making sure that you guys have some things that you can challenge yourself to say, how can I improve? How can I enhance? How can I get better? 2 things that I want from you guys today. I want you guys to focus on your target marketing list and write that out. Know exactly, think about Joellen. I think she's very clear on her marketing plan, her path, and what that actually looks like. If you guys are here, really, really say, how can I funnel this messaging down into a target list? And I want you to focus on that. 2, if you have not used the home equity report, use it in your newsletter, use it as a video, send it to your friends and family that you know that they own homes, and start talking to them about how do you leverage the mass amounts of equity that you have in your home right now. And here I am to educate you on all things that have to do with your equity. Do that, and I promise you guys, you'll at least get engagement. Start DMing that to people. Put in your newsletter, put in your correspondence, send it in text messages, and I promise you, you guys will see some results from that if you do it effectively. So you guys, appreciate you for being here today. Thank you for participating at a high level. The content was great. Colin, did you have one more thing? If it's brief, or if it's
No. My hand was just up. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. So you guys have an amazing day. Go out there and crush it. I will see you all soon. You know where to find me. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and have an amazing, amazing day. Peace.